Good morning. You have background about something in space like stars, planets, rocky celestial bodies, gaseous bodies. All of them are existing in the space and all of them are called celestial bodies. So the celestial bodies are the bodies that rotate in the space as stars, planets, rocky and gaseous bodies. They are in permanent motion or continuous motion. No part of them is fixed or stable. All of them are in state of continuous motion, permanent motion. The stars, of course, are seen at night very well because they are bright bodies. They made of burning gases, as you know from your previous studies in primary four. So they emit heat and light. That's why they are shiny bodies. And they are different in sizes, different in shape. Huge stars are seen very small because they are far away from each other or because they are far away from Earth. Some of them are medium, but although they are medium, they can be seen larger than the other big stars because they are nearer to us, such as the Sun. The distance between the stars is not measured by the kilometer, but it can be measured by light year. So the light year can be used to measure the distance covered by light in 1 year. To measure the distance between stars in space, it is the distance covered by light in 1 year, and it equals 9.467 by 10 to the power of 12 kilometer. The light year is the distance covered by light in 1 year, which equals 9.467 by 10 to the power of 12 kilometer. If here we have a problem, if the distance between two stars in kilometers, 66.269 kilometers. Find the distance between them in light years. Here we have the magic triangle, the distance in kilometer and 9.467 by 10 to the power of 12, and here's the distance in light year. In order to measure the distance in light year, so you have to divide distance in kilometer divided this number. Distance in kilometer 66.269 kilometer. Here. And in order to convert into light year, we have to multiply it by 10 to the power of 12. This number is divided by 9.467 multiplies 10 to the power of 12. This is the light year, as I have explained before. 1 light year equals 9.467 by 10 to the power of 12. The distance between the two objects in space, 66.269 kilometers. In order to change this kilometer into light year, you have to multiply this number by 10 to the power of 12, and it equals 7 light years. What about galaxies? Galaxies, the big units forming the universe. The big universe is consisting of thousands, millions of the stars. This community called galaxies. Our galaxy, which the solar system is belonging to, is called Milky Way, or the way of chopped hay. The Milky Way has oval shaped with spiral arms, spiral forearms, where the sun lies on one of them. Our Milky Way is our galaxy where the solar system is found in. Its shape oval and has 4 spiral arms. Our sun is lying at one of these 4 arms. The solar system, after all, is consisting of number 1, the sun, number 2, 8 planets revolving around the sun in fixed orbits or elliptical orbits. Number 3, moons. The moons revolve around some planets, not all planets. Number 4, asteroids. Number 5, meteors. Number 6, meteorites. Number 7, comets. All of them from the sun till the comets are called solar system. Number 1, the sun. The sun is considered as the only star in our solar system. In our solar system, not the only star in the universe. The solar system consists of the sun and 8 planets, comets, asteroids, meteorites, meteors, and so on. So the only star in our solar system is the sun. Of course, the sun has a medium-sized shape. It looks bigger than the other stars because it's nearer to us. Not because it is bigger than the other stars. No, because it is nearer to us. That's why it looks bigger than the other stars in the sky. And it is located where? It is located in the center of the solar system and the other celestial bodies revolving around the sun. Number 2, the planets. Planets revolve around the sun in fixed orbit. This orbit is shaped oval or elliptical. Oval or elliptical. Look at the shape of the orbit in which the planets revolve around the sun. It looks oval or it looks elliptical. They revolve around the sun in elliptical orbit or elliptical path against clockwise يعني عكس اتجاه عقرب الساعة كده. These paths or these orbits considered as perpendicular to its axis of the sun. If the sun axis like this one, each orbit of each planet is found or located at a perpendicular axis to the sun, at the perpendicular position to the sun axis. Planets are classified into 2 main groups according to their distance from the sun. Some of these planets are nearer to the sun, so they are called inner planets. Some of these planets are far away from the sun, so they are called the outer planets. Number 1, inner planets are the nearest 4 planets from the sun. The outer, the farthest 4 planets from the sun. Their arrangement: the inner planets, the nearest one to the sun, Mercury, then Venus, then Earth, then Mars. But the sequence of the outer planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Number 3, their sizes. The inner planets are small in size, but the outer planets are big in size. Number 4, inner planets are made of solid rocks or rocky planets, but the outer planets are made of solidified gases. Solidified gases means gases transform into solid by the effect of very low temperature, such as hydrogen and helium. What about their atmosphere? The inner planets, they have atmosphere except Mercury. يعني atmosphere يعني they have atmospheric envelope, عندهم غلاف جوي. But the outer planets, they don't have atmospheric envelope, they don't have atmosphere. What about their density? The density of the inner planets ranges between 3.3 to 5.5 grams per centimeter cubic. So they are relatively high. But the outer planets, because they are made of burning gas and solidified gases, their density lower than the inner planets, ranges between 0.7 till 1.3 grams per centimeter cubic. Moons around them, there are few moons revolve around the inner planets. Mercury and Venus, they don't have any moons revolving around them. Earth, we can see just one moon in the sky every night. But Venus surrounded by two moons. Concerning to the outer planets, they are surrounded by a large number of moons. Jupiter, there are 60 moons around it, 60 Saturn, 27 around Uranus, and 12 around Neptune. Concerning to the gravitational force, inner planets have small gravitational force, but the outer planets have large gravitational force. That was concerning to inner and outer planets. You have to remember some points that the biggest planet inside is Jupiter and the smallest one is Mercury. Of course, the planets revolve around the sun in elliptical orbit and they don't move far away from the sun because they are affected, all the planets are affected by the sun's gravity on each one of them. The gravity on a planet's surface on the planets are not equal, but it differs from one planet to another according to the mass of the planet and the distance between them. You know very well that Isaac Newton, the scientist Isaac Newton, the scientist who discovered the force of gravity by the story of the apple. Here we have another concept which is called acceleration or the speed. The speed with the gravity is measured in meter per second to the power of 2. This gravity acceleration or this acceleration of gravity differs from one planet to another. Mercury, its gravity acceleration 3.78 meter per second to the power of 2. Venus 8.60. Earth 9.8 اللي هي 9.8 دي gravity acceleration اللي هي approximate 9.8 وبعد كده بنعملها ل 10. Mars 3.72. Jupiter 22.88. Saturn 9.05. Uranus 7.77. This is a very easy number. Neptune, an easier one, 11 meter per second to the power of 2. That was concerned to the planets and the sun. Number 3, from the celestial bodies in the solar system, asteroids. Asteroids are celestial bodies found in thousands in number. And they are different in the size because they are made of rocks. They are different in size and made of rocks. They rotate, or they are located between the inner and the outer planets. Which planet is the last one in the inner planets? Mars. And which planet is the beginning of the outer planet? Jupiter. So the asteroids are rocky-sized masses located between the inner and the outer planets, or they are located between Mars and Jupiter. This area of the asteroids between Mars and Jupiter is called Wanderer Asteroid Belt. Wanderer Asteroid Belt. It separates, of course, between the inner and the outer planets. Number 4, meteors and meteorites. If you look at the photo here, at this photo and this diagram, I think maybe some of you have noticed something like shooting stars in the sky. Actually, me myself, I have seen many of them before in my life. So what is the difference between meteors and meteorites? Meteors, small rocky masses, but meteorites, huge rocky masses. Meteors, they fall within the Earth's atmosphere. Also, the meteorites, they fall within the Earth's atmosphere. But the most important point of comparison between them, that the meteors, they burn completely before reaching to the Earth. They burn completely due to the heat produced from their friction with the air. When they are moving in the air, a friction force takes place between the particles of the air and the meteors, producing this flash of light. But concerned with the meteorites, they don't burn completely, and this is the problem. They don't burn completely, and this is the problem. Why? Because some of the meteorites, which are not burned completely, maybe fall directly on the earth, and they are found in huge sizes, in huge weights, in tons. Can you imagine what happens if a part, very small part of this meteorite fall on earth? It will make very big and deep hole. It will make very deep and big hole. If you imagine the size of the stadium، لو انت لاحظت كده او تخيلت المساحة بتاعت الاستاد كده، ممكن a small part of meteorites when it falls on the ground it makes a hole like the size of the stadium. And this is a huge hole. It's unfortunately if it falls on a resident area، يعني لما كان فيه سكان it will destroy them completely. So the meteors burn completely before reaching to the earth due to the friction between the air molecules and the meteors. But the meteorites, they don't burn completely and reach the earth's surface, and this is the problem. Finally, the meteors, they form luminous arrows in the atmosphere. تعمل arrows كده زي shooting stars زي ما قلت لكم كده. But the meteorites, they form deep hole on the earth's surface. When some of the meteorites fall on earth that was in southern of Africa, its weight reached 80 tons. 80 tons falling down on the earth's surface. Can you imagine what did it do? What did it does when it falls from the very high altitudes? When it falls from the very high altitudes on the earth's surface, it made very deep and big holes. That's why it's very dangerous to fall on the earth's surface where some people and animals are present in this area. That was concerned to the meteorites. Here we have another celestial bodies, which is comet. Comets are masses of rocks, ice, and solidified gases. If you look at the picture here, you think that it is a gaseous ball, burning gaseous ball, because it moves very fast, rotating around the earth, the sun, with very high velocity. It makes like a tail of fire behind it. Comets are masses made of rocks, ice, and solidified gases. As I told you, they revolve around the sun in fixed orbit or elliptical orbit like the planets. The most famous comet is called Halley. Halley comet, it completes one complete rotation around the sun once every 76 years. Comet Halley, in order to complete just one cycle around the earth, one cycle around the sun, it takes 76 years just to complete one cycle around the sun. It was seen last time in 1986. I found a question in the final exams in the Ministry of Education book. The question was, when the last time of Comet Halley seen was in 1986. What do you expect that it will appear once again after how many years? Or especially in which years? How can you answer this question? You just add 76 to 100, 1986 plus 76. You can predict it will appear once again after how many years. So the comets consisting of two main parts, head and tail. This part is called the head, and the rest of the body is called the tail. The head of the comet is not like the head of a human. No, it's called head because this is the front part of the Halley comet. Uh, this head of the comet Halley is made of ice sphere, and this ice sphere consisting of solidified gases of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and methane. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and methane are found in the form of solidified gases. Number two, rocky parts. Number three, dust particles. Number four, water molecules. This is concerned to the head. But the tail, it consists of gaseous cloud. Last point in this lesson, what do we use to investigate or to look at the space? We don't use microscope, but we use telescope. The telescope is a device which can be used to form near images for the distant objects. Near images for the distant objects, such as the telescope. You have two types of the telescopes. Number one, reflecting telescope and refracting telescope. The type depends on the type of the lenses and mirror, reflecting and refracting telescope. Thanks for watching.